In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on June 28, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Athletics versus New York Yankees. This one lines up to be a rough outing for the Athletics. Clark Schmidt has been practically untouchable over his last 3 starts, making this a tough draw. On the other side, J.P. Sears has a terrible track record when he faces the Yankees. His career numbers against them are grim, a 0-4 record with a 5.74 earned run average in 6 games. The Yankees have absolutely hammered left-handed pitching all season long, boasting a league-best .805 OPS. Furthermore, only the Dodgers have managed to hit more home runs against lefties than New York's 32. Looking back at recent history, the Athletics have a dismal 4-13 record against their American League rivals since 2023 and have dropped 7 of their last 9 contests against the Yankees by at least 2 runs. The Yankees are simply the superior squad here, and crucially for this game, they have the clear advantage on the mound. While J.P. Sears is a regular in the Athletics rotation, his earned run average is not impressive. Sears is carrying a 5.44 earned run average and has been bleeding runs lately, allowing 8 earned runs in his last 8 innings pitched. That rough patch features a particularly bad start against the Astros, where he coughed up 5 earned runs in only 3 innings and failed to record a single strikeout. In contrast, the Yankees are sending out Clark Schmidt, who boasts a much cleaner 2.84 earned run average and gets to work with a far more explosive offense backing him up. The Yankees lineup is still loaded with Judge, Grisham, Bellinger, Kishome, and company all healthy. As long as Clark Schmidt continues his recent stretch of excellent pitching, this has all the makings of a comfortable victory for the leaders of the American League East. His performance is the key, and if he stays sharp, the Yankees should have no problem handling their business and securing a decisive win. As our first pick for this matchup, the New York Yankees to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Yankees' offense seems to come alive during day games. They post a league-leading team OPS of .859 when playing under the sun and average a hefty 6.10 runs per game in those situations. That offensive firepower strongly suggests that this matchup against a less-than-stellar Athletics pitching staff is primed to go over the total on Saturday. The Athletics also have a couple of guys in their lineup who thrive in afternoon games. Jacob Wilson is hitting an incredible .423 in day games, which is the best in all of baseball, and Brent Rooker isn't far behind, with a slash line of .325, .377, and .592 and 8 homers in 30-day games. Even though Friday's contest was a low-scoring affair, these two clubs typically produce a lot of offense when they meet, and I expect them to get the bats going with the early start time. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Minnesota Twins versus Detroit Tigers. The Minnesota Twins, who sit at 39-42 on the season, roll into Comerica Park for the middle game of a 3-game set against the Detroit Tigers. Detroit owns a far healthier 51-31 record and will try to even the series on what's shaping up to be a comfortably mild Saturday afternoon in Motown. The Twins snagged the opener 4-1, riding a sharp 6-inning effort from rookie right-hander David Festa and a tidy performance from the bullpen. Even so, Detroit has generally been the more consistent club in 2025, and the matchup on the mound points in the Tigers' favor. They hand the ball to Casey Mize, while Minnesota counters with Bailey Ober, 2 arms trending in very different directions right now. Mize, once labeled a can't-miss prospect, finally looks more polished this season. He's not striking fear into hitters the way a true ace might, but his splitter-heavy approach keeps the ball on the ground and limits big flies, a handy trait on a breezy afternoon. Ober, meanwhile, is stuck in a brutal rut. Over his last 4 outings, he has been torched for 7, 4, 7, and 5 earned runs, and the command that made him intriguing earlier in his career has evaporated. Detroit's bats have cooled since their red-hot April, but they still figure to put pressure on a pitcher who hasn't found answers for a month. This feels like the right spot to side with the home club. As our first pick for this matchup, the Detroit Tigers money line is our full game side pick. Minnesota's pitching staff, starters and relievers alike, has been leaking runs, an ugly 6.6 per contest over the last 10. Ober himself has surrendered 4 or more in 4 of his previous 5 turns. Detroit's offense isn't exactly dormant either, having plated 31 runs across its last 5 games. On the flip side, the Twins lineup keeps punching back, averaging 5.2 runs in that same 10-game stretch. While Mize has shown growth, his career earned run average against Minnesota sits at an unflattering 5.3, suggesting he's anything but unhittable versus this group. Add in the fact that the over has cashed in 8 of the Tigers' last 10, and this matchup has all the makings of a run fest. I'm banking on these lineups to do plenty of damage. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Mets versus Pittsburgh Pirates. The Mets arrive in Pittsburgh with a 48-34 record, 44-38 against the run line, and a 33-46-3 mark to the under, while the Pirates counter at 32-50, 38-44 on the run line, and an identical 33-46-3 over-under. Saturday night marks the middle contest of this 3-game set, a matchup that both clubs view as a chance to steer their seasons back on track. New York hasn't exactly been firing on all cylinders lately, yet back-to-back victories have provided a jolt of confidence. They see this trip as a prime opportunity to stack wins against a Pirates squad that has dropped 4 of its last 6 and continues to sputter at the plate. Paul Blackburn gets the nod for the Mets, and while his numbers don't leap off the page, he faces a counterpart who's trending the wrong way. Bailey Falter was lights out in May, but June has been brutal, a 5.12 earned run average across 5 outings, 6 runs allowed in his last 10.2 innings, and 5 free passes in his most recent start. Those are warning lights for Pittsburgh. A quick look under the hood shows an even bigger divide in the bullpens. New York's relievers own a tidy 3.4 earned run average, good for 7th in MLB. Pittsburgh's relief corps lags behind at 3.92, sitting 17th. The Bats tell a similar story. Mets hitters carry a .744 OPS, while the Pirates limp along with a .639 OPS, 29th in baseball. New York also owns a 7-3 record in the last 10 meetings between these clubs. As our first pick for this matchup, the New York Mets money line is our full game side pick. Even so, the Mets sticks have cooled, scoring 4 or fewer runs in 8 of their last 10 contests. Pittsburgh's pitching staff has held serve at home, yielding only 20 runs over the last 6 games at PNC Park, and Falter sports a tidy 3.33 career earned run average against New York. On the flip side, the Pirates lineup continues to labor near the bottom of most offensive categories, averaging just 3.8 runs in their last 10 games. They managed only 8 total runs the first time these teams met this year. New York starters and bullpen have combined to hold opponents to 3 runs or fewer in 3 of the past 4 outings, and the under has cashed in 4 of the last 6 Mets-Pirates clashes. Digging deeper, Blackburn has been solid on the road, 0-1 record but a serviceable 4.26 earned run average and a .280 opponent's average in 12.2 innings. Falter, meanwhile, is thriving at PNC Park with a 5-1 mark, 3.18 earned run average, and a stingy .206 BA over 51 frames. The total has stayed under in all 3 of their head-to-head meetings this season. Given the recent form of both offenses and the way these pitchers perform in their respective environments, a low-scoring game feels likely. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Seattle Mariners versus Texas Rangers. Saturday's matchup drops us right into the heart of a 3-game weekend showdown between American League West rivals, with the Mariners making the trip to Arlington to face the Rangers on a sunny Texas afternoon. Kumar Rocker rolls in off back-to-back wins, yet the bigger picture still shows some ugly numbers for the rookie right-hander. Even with those victories, his earned run average and WHIP remain sky-high. Texas, meanwhile, has been comfortable at Globe Life Field, sporting a solid home record that sat at 23-16 before Friday's opener. Across the diamond, Seattle counters with Brian Wu, the blossoming righty who has become a stabilizing force in the rotation. The Mariners also pack more offensive punch, spearheaded by MVP hopeful Cal Raleigh, whose 32 long balls and 69 RBI have put him near the top of every leaderboard. Texas, on the other hand, has been stuck in neutral at the plate most of the season, so it's hard to envision them making much noise against Wu, even if past meetings haven't always gone his way. Seattle Seattle's bats can be streaky, yet they do a nice job grinding out at bats, driving up pitch counts, and cashing in with men on base, especially versus right-handed arms. The Rangers possess raw power but have lived on the wrong side of the consistency ledger, ranking near the bottom of the league in both runs per game and batting average during day contests. If Wu keeps the ball in the yard and limits early traffic, the Mariners should be able to dictate terms from the mound. As our first pick for this matchup, the Seattle Mariners money line is our full game side pick. The betting trends paint an interesting picture. Seattle games have cleared the total 44 times in their first 80 outings, thanks in part to an offense averaging 4.56 runs overall and an even healthier 5.02 on the road. That pushes their combined run average to 9.31 when they're the visiting club. Texas tells the opposite story. The under has cashed 52 times in their 81 contests, with the Rangers posting just 3.64 runs per game and an even leaner 3.44 at home. Their combined totals average only 7.06 runs, falling to 6.48 in Arlington. Given Seattle's tendency to score balanced against Texas's chronic scoring droughts, this matchup feels more like a pitcher's duel than a slugfest. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Tampa Bay Rays versus Baltimore Orioles. Tampa Bay heads into Camden Yards on Saturday sitting at 46-36 after ripping off a scorching 24-10 stretch over its last 34 contests, even with Friday night's 22-8 drubbing still ringing in everyone's ears. The Rays rarely catch the oddsmakers eye the way some bigger market clubs do, so when they're offered in a near pick'em, it's usually worth a hard look, especially against an Orioles squad they know well. Zach Little draws the start after spinning a quality 6-inning effort against Baltimore just last week, giving up 3 earned while pounding the zone all night. He's carried a 3.52 earned run average through June and owns a tidy 1.1 WHIP, surrendering only 9 runs over his last 23 frames. Baltimore counters with right-hander Kyle Bradish, and the recent numbers do him no favors. His June earned run average has ballooned to 7.4, and Tampa's hitters have torched him for a .364 average and a .400 on-base percentage in a limited sample. Given Bradish's shaky form and the Rays' knack for manufacturing runs, Tampa should be licking its chops at this matchup. As our first pick for this matchup, the Tampa Bay Rays money line is our full game side pick. Even though Little limited the damage in the previous meeting, the Orioles have still produced a healthy .288, .308, and .519 slash line against him across 104 career at-bats, and it's hard to imagine their bats completely cooling off one day after hanging 22 runs on the board. On the flip side, Tampa's offense looks poised to erupt as well. They have a track record of punishing Bradish, tagging him for 7 earned in 5 innings the last time they saw him. Both lineups are set up for success, and another slugfest wouldn't surprise anyone. As our first pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.